What's up, everybody? This is Dylan. That's Justin. Man-to-Man football here. Avid Longhorn fan, avid Cowboy fan, both avid football fans. Let's get it.
All right, Dylan talking about Travis Etienne Jr. out of Clemson. This guy's 5'10", about 200 pounds. There's just kind of varying stuff looking at him, like 210, 200 pounds. Not that it makes like a huge difference, but
Sure.
But hey,
Yeah, let me ask you real quick as we're kind of kicking this video off. Justin, Travis Etienne is, reset the career records. Man, look at that stiff arm. Man, he took a -5 and made it a +2. Travis Etienne is rewrote the record book as far as running backs go. Do you believe maybe too many touches in college and maybe it will kind of devalue him as far as being a really high first-round draft pick?
too many touches. I think that is actually the opposite.
Really?
I understand people talk about wear and tear, but I'm not comparing this guy to him in any way. But look at Derrick Henry. If you're built and ready to withstand that type of more or less the beatings the running backs take, I don't really see that as being an issue. And if you take care of your body, your body will take care of you. So hopefully, Etienne does. The boy can run.
Yeah. He split the team perfectly there.
Yeah, I don't really worry about that kind of stuff.
Man.
That's what you're supposed to do as a running back.
I'd
rather see it than not see it.
completely disagree with what you just said.
Yeah.
I think if you're looking about taking a running back in the first round, I mean, look at what's kind of happened to CMC here. I mean, he had, back to back all the touches you could ever get out of a running back, and he didn't play it all this season because he was hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, he played like 2 games or whatever.
He also has been the only player for the Panthers for the past 2 years.
Well, sure.
That's the big difference for me is now I get it. If he is literally your only playmaker, yeah, he's gonna have some wear and tear and he's gonna get hurt eventually. Like that's just part of the game. But at the NFL level, you're hoping to not ride your running back that hard. The Panthers run CMC in the pass game and the run game non-stop. And I'm talking non-stop.
Yeah,
so
I mean nonstop. Yeah.
I don't
But
think,
and my point with Etienne is he's coming into the NFL with all that work already.
yeah, and I think
He's got all those touches already. Like,
and that kind of comes into play where he goes. Because a lot of the NFL is kind of trending away from the workhorse style running back. I do think that is a big thing right now. There are a lot of committees moving forward. It just depends on where he goes. And like right now, you see how well the Kareem Hunt and Chubb dynamic works. That is starting to happen a lot more often in the NFL. Is people using 2 running backs, saving guys' careers. Not running them as hard. I mean, it kind of just depends on where he goes. If you worry about that, but coming out of college, I don't really see that being an issue.
okay, I hear you. Obviously, I think what we've seen here is I love how almost animated and violent he runs.
Yeah.
He's just full effort, full energy. He seems to have that thing I always like to point out, the contact balance, where it's like he has no problem taking on defenders, spinning off of them.
I do. One thing I will note about this guy is he runs vertical. A lot of
He does.
a lot of running backs, you'll see them kind of break down before the line of scrimmage and kind of wait and be patient for that hole. You don't really see that a lot when it comes to Etienne. He's generally he knows where he's going and he's sprinting.
Yeah.
Like he's already 5 yards past.
He's full speed.
Yeah, and that's kind of one thing I'm noticing about him is you don't see that a lot at the NFL level. Is just guys sprinting down the line. Like man, that doesn't happen that often at the NFL level. Now it does happen, and when you do, you're that home run hitter. But a lot of
you
running
think
backs
that?
break down. They wait. They're a little more patient in the NFL level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Do you think that
wondering.
limits him to like a gap scheme? Like he's not going to really be able to run some zones, run some counters. Like he's almost too aggressive. Like he's not going to let plays develop. Like do you think that kind of limits
Yeah,
what he's
and
going to
I
be
think that's
productive?
something he'll have to be taught as a running back because even there he could slow down and put his hand on the lineman. But like I mean, when you're running through holes like that, it's a lot simpler, I guess. But you're not going to get that at the NFL level. Like he just runs straight, even though there's like a tiny hole, he'll just run
Yeah.
straight,
I mean, I like how
which is
decisive he
great.
is. I mean, he makes quick decisions. He gets down the field.
Yeah.
Real quick, guys, if you are enjoying the conversation, throw us a like, throw us a subscribe. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. All right, we're gonna throw y'all right back in. Yeah, he's got a lot of speed to
Yeah,
him.
he,
I
he
do love
really
that.
does. He uses that athleticism and just kind of burns people to the outside. So I do think like that's. I mean, if we're nitpicking, truly, that's the only thing I'm looking for. The guy can make people miss. He's a tough runner. You know, people got their hands all over him, and he's just running through them. And
Yeah, splitting defenders.
yeah, it does help being 5'10". You know, he's kind of a little bit smaller. I think 5'10", 6 foot is about average for NFL running back. But I mean, the guy's very low to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Little slip screen. You see how he's not patient there?
Yeah,
And
yeah. No, I think
he just tries to like run by his
yep.
blockers.
You pointed out something great there. I think you're absolutely on that. With he isn't patient at all.
So I
And
think
I
that
think
is
there are
something.
some teams that are going to look at that like, hey, we can't use him because he's not going to be able to let our plays develop.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing that I'm truly noticing about his running back skills. He just he's not he can do it all. He's just not patient. You know, in a situation like that, you know, he's just trying to make something happen. I get
Yeah.
it. Another thing that I was going to kind of talk about is Clemson runs a lot, at least in a lot of these highlights, they run a lot of slow developing handoffs. Like that's a quick handoff, hole's already there, he's just pounding the rock. But you'll watch them do like a lot of delayed handoffs, like kind of draws, but they don't really look like draws, like long drawn read options, and it kind of slows him down a little bit to where he can find that hole.
Okay.
But that's the only thing I'm kind of noticing. But he's very vertical, very like, oh, there it is. I'm just sprinting, and I'm gonna beat you with my speed.
Appreciate y'all checking out the channel, checking out the video. Man to Man Football here. Y'all stay tuned for more.